Now, let me hold you here because you mentioned something very important, and that has to do with allowing ICPC to carry out
Their work.
Her work. Now, my concern would be on the thought of many well-meaning Nigerians. They are of the opinion that we could have not just the ICPC, but this time around, maybe retired legal luminaries come into play to make sure that this is not, again, swept under the carpet. Or maybe not just being swept under the carpet, but it is done in such manner that it will show transparency. What is your thought on this?
They may have a point, but every time we talk about issues of independence or independent body, when we were discussing the issue of INEC chairman that time, we dwelt so much on this issue. And I keep saying this, and that is my honest belief. These people you are talking about, retired judges, are they from Ghana? Are they from UK? Are they not Nigerians?
They are Nigerians.
If government wants to work with an agenda, they can easily do it any, whether you call it, because these people you are talking about, it's still government that will put them together. Is it you and I that will put them together? No. It's still going to be government that will mention the people that will work in this committee that will do the investigation. Whether it is from civil society or whatever, they are the one that will still put them together. So I'm saying to you, there is need for us to actually believe our systems do work. Our systems do work. Because I declare that one thing about Nigeria is that when the system works for them, the system works. When it doesn't work for them, our system is not working. When opposition in Nigeria win elections, INEC did a good work. But when opposition loses any election, INEC compromised. We need to begin to understand that our institutions are put in place for a purpose. And we should always allow them to do their work. Let them do this that they have been asked to do and turn in their reports. In my place, there is a local saying that if you are singing and your song is not melodious, it's not only you that will hear it. The people listening to you also know that, this song you are singing is not melodious.
You have mentioned down.
So the issue is that if there is a kind of hanky-panky or compromise on the part of the institution trying to do this work, by the time they turn their report out, there are intelligent Nigerians that will scrutinize and see whether they have actually done a good job or not. So let's wait.
Okay, so so that it will not look as though we had left the other aspect of it, which has to do with the Senate as an institution on its own. So, does rejecting a motion to investigate this issue necessarily mean that the allegations lack merit? Would you say that it could probably lack merit? Or could it be that the Senate have just decided to say, okay, let's follow some procedural...
I've said it already. What the Senate President said yesterday...
The big question would be, what harm could this have on Nigerians and on belief that Nigerians should have on institutions bringing in the ICPC into play?
What harm would what have?
The rejection of this investigation.
They didn't reject
the motion.
For me, that's not rejection. They gave a reason why they don't want to do that now. So I don't want to believe that it might not be a permanent shut out.
Okay, you believe that they could come back to it?
I said it earlier that what they said was that one, the executive are taking decision on it, so that they will not interrupt what those people are doing. So they want to allow. And I said, is there anything wrong in having a side-by-side investigation? I've always said that. I mentioned the fact that they were allowed by the Constitution as a separate arm of government.
Good.
They have the powers and the right to actually institute a probe whenever they deem fit. And that's when I mentioned that who deem fit are these individual senators and their leadership. I mean the leadership, because the reason why they have leadership is because not everyone will have to take a decision at every time. There must be a direction. And if the direction, if in their own wisdom, the leadership of the Senate says, this is the reason why we think for now we can't do this, let's allow this and this to happen. And I said it, we should not lose sight of that.
Okay.
We are playing party politics. Nigeria current government is APC. Majority of the people in this parliament are APC members. So you understand why there is seamless understanding between the National Assembly. Don't just make it look like, because they are National Assembly, they are antagonistic to. They will not. Because they have their policies, principles, except we say there is no ideology in our party at all.
Do we have?
But that's what I'm saying. Except we say there is none. But I still think we have.
Okay.
Because today, APC prides itself as a progressive government.
Okay.
So, and if as a progressive government, the executive is progressive, you will expect that the parliament is also progressive in their thinking. And what is the philosophy of progressive? What's the word?
Progression.
Progression is not even progression.
Okay.
Progressivism or something like that.
Okay.
Is there any underlying issues that we differentiate them from others that are possibly conservative? Because if you say you are progressive, it means you have your way of thinking, the way you see things, are proactive. It's progressive. Is developmental in whatever you look at it. They are, and that's why when you look at the government today, I stumbled on a video yesterday, and the person is talking about the number of ambitious projects that this government has embarked on. That could explain how progressive the party could claim to be. However, one of the progressive way to also see the government is to ensure that they have a departure from what had tied us down as a government, as a people over the years. We should begin to see the new ways of doing things, not only in the area of infrastructure, but in every area of our life, including what do you call this one? Law and rule of law. So we should be seen to say we are a departure from what we used to see as a nation, but now things are better. We are doing things better. So for me, I think National Assembly have the right, they have the power to institute probe at any time. But if they choose not to do it now, for the sake of the fact that executive has done something in that regard and they want to wait for the outcome of that, I don't think they can be crucified for that.
Okay, so